Carried. Public forum. Jane. Yes, welcome.
Thanks so much for letting me come down and talk to you. It's not a really big issue I wanted to talk to you about, but it's just about cycle safety. So I live on Francis Ave, and I bike down Madras Street in towards Waltham, and then I bike back home up Madras Street. And I'm sure you're all aware that there's been a significant number of roadworks in those streets for quite a long time. And what happens is when the road narrows to one lane, there's nowhere for the cyclists to go except for into the lane with the cars. So I'm a reasonably confident and fast-ish cyclist, but I feel quite unsafe when I have to move into the lane with the cars because the speed limit is 30 kilometres and there's no way that an average cyclist can cycle 30 kilometres. So my proposal to you is, can you lower the speed limit in those one lane areas to 20 kilometres? And I'd even give you a sort of caveat that even if you did in the winter time when you're much less visible as a cyclist, that would give me much more comfort cycling around those significant roadworks. So that's pretty much my...
Excellent. Pauline?
Thanks, Jane. Is it just the roadwork areas that you're talking about?
In this instance, I mean, yes.
So you're just wanting, normally that's 30 k's when you've got roadworks, you're wanting that to come down to
20, where there's only one lane. So if you've got nowhere else for the cyclists to go on the road, then make the roadworks 20 so that the cars at least aren't surprised when you join in with them and they have to take that into account, which they're not. I'm really conscious of the fact that the motorists aren't always expecting a cyclist to be in the lane, and so it's kind of about reducing their frustration.
Yeah, so maybe we should actually look at having a take care cyclist sign as well. Take care for cyclists, Do you find that do you use Madras Street coming out of town?
Yes.
And do you find it difficult when you're travelling north and you cross Beeley Ave and then the traffic merges there and there's parked cars? Do you find that challenging? I find that bit a bit challenging.
I actually find that safer since the roadworks are finished.
So you're happy with that?
The bit of Madras Street that I really struggle with is the bit round by Salisbury Street where there's no lane for the cyclists. So pretty much all the way from maybe... I don't know
Gloucester,
north of Madrid, north of that square,
Gloucester Street,
up to about Salisbury Street, you're really forced into the traffic there.
And there's quite a big camber as well. Yeah. Thanks.
Aaron.
It's pretty much exactly the same question, but I thought at roadworks that there was meant to be a traffic management plan for cyclists and pedestrians. Is it not clear when you go through?
Well, it was clear to me that my job was to merge into the traffic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and Pauline's right. It should be a cyclist merging sign or something, so people do it.
A lot of times they do, but there's still an issue with speed.
I mean, I don't know that they were necessarily very well signposted. I did phone and speak to the contractors, and they were very helpful at moving signs around. But it was it's the fact that you're actually forced into the lane. You have to be quite aggressive to get right into the lane, and then you're slowing the traffic down, and people further back who can't see me don't know why they're slowing down. So it's just about creating a safe speed for everybody to travel at and managing everybody's expectations.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, are we able to look at other signage beyond what they currently do, which would be more interesting, like caution cyclist merging, hitting a cyclist will see you in court with a prosecution, like stuff that's a little bit funny but is also quite serious at the same time, so people kind of go, oh, that's right, I better not hit a cyclist.
Look, and I think
or something like that.
Jane's raised a very valid concern, and a lot of times actually where they have the placement of the signs, which are sometimes in the cycle lanes themselves. So, but yeah, I think it's something we need to follow up with. Tim, did you have a question?
I was just going to mention it. Could we get a memo from staff about the legal requirements for the traffic management and what's required? And with a sign and a traffic management, you don't really want more than 3 or 4 words, because as people go past, and that's the drivers you need to relay, not the cyclists or the pedestrians. And as they drive past, most drivers or most human beings, when they get in the car, their IQ drops. So
text.
Yeah. But if we could get a memo from staff and we can look at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Excellent. We've got